on this path can protect one from the most dangerous time. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva. Okay. You know, I really like this verse and purport. Interestingly enough, the same story is told by Srila Jiva this verse. And if you've got Prabhupada's book, Jiva Goswami tells this story. That's at least 500 years ago, so long time. There was no prasadam on the ground. What he would do, well, they were using oil lamps. I think you're familiar with those, quite a big stand, and then there's a bowl with oil and a wick or some wicks, and that's how they were lighting the temple. So when that mouse could not get any prasadam, which was somehow on the floor or something like that, he would climb up this, like the metal stand. He would climb up, and then there's the bowl on top. And he sort of climb around the bowl, and then he would stick his head in, and he would drink the oil whenever he couldn't find some food or prasadam lying around. So, Prabhupada's telling the story, and Jiva Goswami also. So one day, he did that. He climbed up and climbed around and stuck his head over the edge, and the bowl is full of oil, and he's drinking some oil, but he slipped. He slipped into the bowl. And when he slipped in, now apparently there was just one wick. You understand? Like a piece of string. There was just one wick that was burning there. As he slipped in, his nose hit the end of the wick. And there's the wick, suddenly the wick sort of moved forward a bit further. And because if you're used to using these oil lamps and things like that, you've got to adjust the wick sometimes, otherwise it will just burn out. But if you keep adjusting, then like pulling it a little forward, it can burn for hours, like a whole day. So the mouse's nose hit the end of the wick. The wick jumped forward a bit, and it burned for some extra time through this, what happened with the mouse. The mouse, Hare Krishna, he died, he drowned in the oil. So now Prabhupada and Jiva Goswami, they sort of raise the question, or at least they discuss, what happened to the mouse? Because now the mouse just left his body. So what happened to the mouse? Écoutez-moi, s'il vous plaît. He went back to Goloka Vrindavan. Because he did, unconsciously and with no intention at all, but in effect the result was that the lamp burned for a longer time for the deity. So this is called, well, one term which is used is agyata sukriti. Agyata means unknowing, like unconsciously done. Sukriti literally means pious activity, but sometimes it's used for some devotional activity which is done unknowingly, as in this case. So isn't that amazing? And Prabhupada tells the story there. You just have a look on your device if you've got Prabhupada's books, and you'll find under the lectures, chapter 2, verse 40, you'll find it there. Prabhupada discusses this. Because the thing is, well, as the verse is saying, in this endeavor means when you're doing Krishna consciousness, when you're serving Krishna, in this case, even without knowing it, it's just, you could say it's just accidental. But when you do some service for Krishna, even unknowingly, accidentally, you get great benefit in Krishna consciousness. And the verse says that in this endeavor means as you're trying to do devotional service, there's no loss or diminution. You know, I'm an English speaker from birth. I never encountered this word diminution before. Before I read Bhagavad Gita, you know, like when I was 21 years old or something. It's a rather obscure term. So no loss or no reduction like that. There's no reduction. You get great benefit. Even if you do something which is service to the Lord, but maybe you don't even know you did it. Or if you did it, you don't even know that there's some result that you can get or that you will get from Krishna. And Prabhupada, here in the purport, you probably noted, Prabhupada referred to a Jamil. A Jamil's a very kind of famous or sort of infamous person, deviated from Krishna consciousness really badly. And he ended up as just a terrible person. Just really, really horrible person. Big criminal, robber, and just really, just a bad person. And in fact, he married a prostitute. It's a bit of a long story, but he married a prostitute, and he used to send her out every day, go out and bring back some money through doing her prostitute activity. Lord. And if you're given that name, spiritually it's very good for you, because your parents, they'll always be calling out, you know, Narayan, where are you? Narayan, come here. Narayan, what are you doing? Like all day, it's kind of Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. It's highly beneficial. But in this case, when they named their last son Narayan, they were not thinking like that. It was going to be John Smith, actually. And John Peter. So similarly, a non-devotee in this purport